Hello everyone, my name is Archon Virtual. Welcome back to Minecraft. We're pretty much picking up right where we left off from the last episode. It is still nighttime outside. Alright, so what do I need to be doing for this episode? So we have our starter house built, which is nice. Actually, I'd better change this. I want a piece of cobblestone there. Just to help shore it up a little bit. I guess it's still technically our first night, sort of. Didn't mean to break that leaf there. I know that causes durability damage. Alright, let's see if we can't kill our first monster. There we go. Rotten flesh. That's a terrible food source. Let's see, any creepers around? No? Alright, we can still keep chopping trees. When I was first playing Minecraft when I was younger, I was always terrified to go outside at night because I didn't know how to handle the monsters. But most of them are melee-based, and you can usually hear them creep up on you if you're careful. Like that. Except for creepers that move silently in the night. And all the time, basically. Alright, come here. Of course, these things can see for miles. Am I desperate enough to use rotten flesh? I don't think so. Hey, buddy. I would like to get some carrots from them eventually, though. Or potatoes. Ow, my game's lagging. Finally, some seeds. Alright, let's take this guy out. You know, this is also kind of an interesting place to build, because I might actually be able to rebuild my pyramid out here on the water. Kind of remake my, my original... What's it called? My original profile background or something. Ah, and there's the sun. So yeah, we've now technically finished our first night, I guess. Let's see. We need more wood still, don't we? Let's see what's over here. Hopefully I can find some dark oak. That would be good to build with. I always love the doors and trapdoors that they make. Ooh, creepers. We're just gonna go in the opposite direction for a bit. I could probably kill them, but we don't have any food to recover with, so I'm gonna wait. That might be a ravine down there. Nah. So my goals right now are basically just to gather more wood. Use it in order to help build more tools, particularly more torches. We also need to gather a lot more cobblestone too if we want to make more tools. I usually like to gather, like, about a stack worth of wooden logs just to turn into charcoal. Should I continue with story time? Maybe. So, when I started playing Minecraft on PC years ago, it was about 1.2.5. And me and my brother would play over LAN together, usually. He would use a laptop, and then I would use a desktop computer. Of course, it was like the shared family computers, so we couldn't always play when we wanted to, but you know. Ooh, apples. Finally, some real food. One of the first worlds that we played on was basically just a large island. So at first we were kind of excited to go off and explore the world, only to find that, you know, there wasn't anything around us but ocean for miles. So we were a little disheartened, though, because we'd have to either dig our way away from the island or build boats and stuff and sail off. But our computers, again, weren't that great. Okay, we've got enough there. So we always had to kind of play on lower render distances. We couldn't really even play up in normal. We usually have to play on like short or tiny for the longest time, because our hardware was just old and awful. But it also made the game a little bit spookier, because with such a short render distance, the game rendered like a gray fog around you very, very close. So you could hardly see out in the distance. In the beginning, we couldn't even see like the sun and moon change orientation, so we couldn't always tell if it was day or night unless we were looking at how dark the world was outside. Actually, I wonder if I can still do that. I haven't tried this before in a while. Actually, do I have over a stack of cobblestone? I do. Here, hold on. Let me try. So we're currently at 8 chunks right now. Let's see what 2 does. No, it still lets me see everything, but we do have that dark mist. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, but that's not like how it was. Again, you couldn't see the sun back then, or at least we couldn't. There we go. I do need to go and make like a hoe. Let's get our first seeds planted. Eventually I'll make a proper spot for those, but for right now I don't need to worry about it, I don't think. These can go back in here. We're going to start smelting these. Actually, it should be the other way around. Birch first. I don't usually build with birch. I typically reserve this tree type since it's so easily grown and predictably grown that I usually use that as my fuel source for charcoal. Oak, I normally use this as either building and tools or the like. We do need more torches. So when I'm talking about like the predictability of growing these trees, oak trees sometimes get really big and really annoying to cut down like these, where you have to kind of dig up into them. Oh, we just broke that. I need to build extra tools. Actually, no, we can do multiples. I keep forgetting I can do that. There we go. Oh, right, so these oak trees, they can get really big and then you have to, like, nerd pull and dig up into them in order to get all their wood, so that way the leaves go away. Which I kind of find annoying, but it's fine. It just means more wood for us, really. Oh, right, story time with the island. I'm so sorry I keep getting sidetracked. So me and my brother were on this island, and since it was only so large, we just decided to go on a quest to cut down every single tree on the island. And then we just had, like, a small little lava pit of, lava pit that we would throw unnecessary and unneeded items into as, like, a trash can. And we would always get too many saplings from doing this, so we'd just always chuck them in the lava. We had a little bit of a scare, like a week after we started trying to cut down all the trees, because we didn't save any of the saplings, which was really bad. We'll collect some of these. We can use them as decoration. Ooh, an apple. Yeah, it'll probably be a while before I'm self-sufficient on food. We should be fine. Actually, I could probably build a composter. I think it'll be fine. Oh, that sounds good. Alright, that should be enough torches for now. Let's go mining. Eventually, with this mine shaft, I will replace all of these blocks with, what's it called? With cobblestone stair. Kind of pretty it up a little bit and make it a little easier for me to traverse. And of course, I remember to always set my torches up high so that way water can never get down here and destroy them. That's a lesson I've learned way too many times. So my goals for this episode pretty much are just kind of continuing where we left off from last episode, trying to gather resources, trying to survive. Ooh, copper. I probably won't be making a copper golem or anything, though. I'm partially tempted to build copper tools. Oh, great, lapis. You know, funny enough, I don't think I've really been using the enchantment table since we've had anvils and villagers. I hear a skeleton. Oh, what are we at here? We're at 37. Okay, we're about at deep slate. My goal with these mine shafts is always to try and get down to a layer where we can gather, here we go, iron, amongst other resources. Normally, within like the first handful of days, I would be trying to like find a village and trying to make an iron farm and stuff. But I don't think I'm going to do that this run. I think I'll try and play a little bit more traditionally. I wanted to try and get down to at least 0. We're at 30. We're about there. Wait, were we really at 30? Yeah, okay. It's probably nighttime outside again, but we'll be fine. You know, if I was really lucky, we'd be able to actually find a mine shaft down here with, like, spider spawns. Then I can farm them for string to make wool. Then I can build a bed. I'm also going to try and avoid doing things off screen in this Let's Play. I don't really want to just do a bunch of random things without anyone else seeing it, because then that would also leave me plenty of time in order to talk about other Minecraft stories. Oh, I hear water. We're probably about to break into a ravine. Tools are wearing a little thin. Alright, they're done. We'll head back up for now. Man, I got plenty of cobblestone. Do I need to start worrying about building a warehouse yet? I don't think so. So typically my preferred way to play Minecraft in sort of the mid to long term is to do a bunch of small buildings. Ah, very nice. Oh, coal. Well, that's not really necessary anymore, but we'll be alright. Ah, yes, shelter from the rain. Okay, so that should be more than plenty of charcoal. Keep smelting some of this, though. Do I want to build a smoker? No. We'll just keep with regular furnaces for now. And then we can just use this one for other things. Usually I prefer to have a furnace dedicated towards making charcoal in the beginning, so that way we can always have some extra. Right, I need more tools. Actually, no, wait. We have iron now. That's why I made the second furnace. I need to smelt it. There we go. I'm not going to worry about using the copper yet. I was thinking about maybe making a copper golem eventually, but I don't think I need one. I'm pretty efficient with the way that I sort my items. Right, that also kind of goes back to my preferred play style again. I was just talking about, like, building small buildings. So, I would prefer to build, like, my own little mini player village. Not with, like, villagers in it, but, like, just, I want my own little collection of buildings, each with their own dedicated thing. Like, this one here is my starter house, but eventually I would make this into, like, my agriculture building, or, like, a farm shed. I'd just have some chests here along the walls and maybe a couple of barrels on the ends. to like hold tools and seeds. And I would just use this in order to like replant my farms, and then I would have a barn or silo or something that I would hold all of my like harvest in. So I'd keep like a bunch of wheat along one wall, another thing of potatoes, a carrot, you know, wall, stuff like that. Okay, and then I want to build a bucket. This is very powerful. So this will pretty much enable us to do farming just about anywhere. Maybe even in a sky base. But really, I will be using this as a safety measure against lava. Really still need more food. Should I solve the food problem now? I think so. Oh, this is running over. All right, well, I'll stop here for today. Thank you all very much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.